In immigrant family strongholds, PODER is reintroducing the age-old resilient practice of working together, working cooperatively. Incorporating the best of old and new community traditions that demonstrate dignity, respect for Mother Earth, mutual aid, and democratic control, we are organizing and co-creating the next generation of worker cooperatives, social enterprises, and sharing gardens.
We're based in Southeast San Francisco, working primarily in Mission and Excelsior districts. Our main goal strategy is to build the leadership of families, of youth, adults, elders, so that they're able to participate in creating the solutions needed in our neighborhoods.
We are doing this by stitching together the threads of people, place, and practice to create local models that place the economy back into our own hands. On-the-ground examples like the immigrant-led cooperatively owned food businesses, Maya Luna, first and second generation immigrant youth engaging others around food sovereignty, urban campesinos, and collective community-inspired efforts that aim to restore our environment and improve neighborhood conditions through hands-on activities, Bicis del Pueblo. In the Mission and Excelsior district, a growing number of everyday people are beginning to reclaim our public lands, our homes, our labor, while also restoring our food systems and environment.
The Urban Campesino project came out of the desire for us to bring healthy organic food to our communities, as well as introduce the idea of urban gardening to our communities.
A cross-generation of youth and adults are developing their skills and collectively making decisions in pursuit of human rights, Mother Earth, and forging community resiliency in our neighborhoods and workplaces.
Good evening.
Hello.
My name is Antonio Diaz. I'm the organizational director at PODER. And I'm here, and I've been organizing with PODER for 17 years because I'm committed in building a people-centered economy. Over the past 25 years, almost 25 years, PODER has organized with our members, Latino immigrant families, to foster healthy, thriving neighborhoods, not only in Southeast San Francisco, but for all San Francisco residents. We've organized for parks and open space, for affordable housing, and most recently, we've focused on organizing on putting the economy in people's hands. The request that we have to Battery Powered is to support our Working Together initiative. We applied under the Local Economies and Livelihoods focus area, and we're requesting $165,000 over a 3-year period. The Working Together initiative was launched or came out of some dialogues that we had with our members at the height of the Great Recession, trying to understand a bit better how our members, Latino immigrant families, were surviving, quite frankly, in the midst of a severe recession and in one of the most expensive cities in the country. But beyond that, we also wanted to engage in dialogue to see how collectively we could work towards thriving as well. So through some shared learning, providing mutual support, each one teach one approaches, we engage in ways to figure out how we can be of support of one another, but also started looking at cooperatives as a model of alternative economic development. And that's how we arrived at this Working Together initiative. There's 3 components to the initiative. One, we're developing a community educational toolbox, and we'll be launching a co-op academy. One of the things that we've learned is that, as one of our members who worked at a co-op bakery in the Mission said, just because you work at a co-op doesn't mean you know how to work cooperatively. So we'll have sessions understanding the dynamics of horizontal leadership around shared governance and stewardship, learning from different models, et cetera, et cetera. The second component of our initiative is around forming this network of partners that can provide support and mentorship to these initiatives, to these co-ops and social enterprises. We learned when Maya Luna, the catering co-op that was mentioned in the video, how important to get that kind of technical expertise. We work, for example, with the Green Collar Clinic at the East Bay Community Law Center to help Maya Luna be set up as a legal entity. So once again, we'll have this network of nonprofit organizations, of small business technical assistance providers, of ideal city agencies to support these efforts. The third and final component of the Working Together initiative is, quite frankly, around policy change. We recognize that to build these efforts to scale, we need to engage with the City and County of San Francisco to make public investments to support these efforts. And just to say, and this is not a novel idea, right across the bay in Richmond, a few years ago, the city hired a staff person to support co-ops in that city. Right now, New York City and Madison, Wisconsin are looking at ways to invest and support this sector. So I think San Francisco can be a leader in this area. Just real briefly, a couple of metrics that we're seeing in terms of what we hope to accomplish. Definitely having consistent participation of up to 50 people per year in our academy. Having, at a minimum, 2 co-ops sponsored by our members. Having 100 participants participate in broader community education sessions and skill shares over the 3-year period, having this formalized network, and fundamentally having a policy that we can say, this is how the city is supporting these efforts. The last point I'll make is that, as we know, we have many challenges in San Francisco. There's challenges around the displacement, the rampant displacement that's happening in our neighborhoods, around around the challenges in terms of housing affordability, around the widening income disparities that exist in our city. We feel that now is the time for all of us to work together and be bold and creative in coming up with proactive solutions. And we think that our Working Together initiative takes us some steps forward in that direction. Thanks, and I'll turn it over to Jenny.
Hi, my name is Jenny Solis, and I am a worker owner at Arismendi Bakery located on Valencia Street. 4 years, about 5 years ago, PODER was starting to get involved in the cooperative meetings and investigation to support the people, families in the community, in the mission area, to become worker owners. And then Arismendi came to the mission, and they were planning to open this new store, and that's how PODER approached them and said that job opportunities should be for people of the community of the mission, right? So that's how I got there. And so since then, I am now a founding member of the Arismendi Bakery on Valencia. And thanks to the experience I'm gaining, hands-on experience on cooperative, I'm supporting now PODER with the investigation and putting together the academy that he was talking about. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Could you briefly explain how you continue to mentor the people who have been through your program or the academy graduates to ensure that once they get launched into an enterprise, they can continue to be successful?
Sure. So as we see it, the academy is, as I mentioned, in a way we think about it, will provide the soft skills in terms of working in a cooperative. And then the network of partners will assist with some of the hard skills, if you will, the technical assistance based on also specific sectors they might want to launch. As you saw in the video, there's some youth leaders that we work with that are interested in doing a cooperative based on an urban farm in the city, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll be partnering with organizations that have those skills and can provide that. For us, as mentioned in some previous conversation with Abby and others, that we are building the road as we're walking. And there's a component of this work in which we're really being very attentive to how we're assessing, how we're moving forward. And that's really one of the key things that we're going to be looking at in terms of the kind of support and nurturing that we can provide in terms of the incubation, and then once it's formally launched, help that folks might need.
How many businesses or enterprises that you are currently working with could launch into a co-op format, and what's the rationale for a co-op to be the right ownership structure for those
Sure.
enterprises?
Sure. So on the second question, one of the reasons that we started investigating co-ops is, I mean, the fact of the matter that most of our members are Latino immigrants, many of whom are monolingual Spanish speakers, some of whom are undocumented. And so they don't have access to quality, culturally competent job training programs. Also, I mean, quite frankly, don't have much access to decent paying or dignified jobs. And so the idea of being the worker owner, especially as Yenny and others got jobs at the Arismendi, just, you know, just the imagination just sparked about the possibilities that of what folks can do. And so that's, you know, in terms of why the co-ops. We worked, especially after the Arismendi Bakery opened, with a cohort of members that launched the Maya Luna co-op. And as I said, there's been a cohort of youth that are interested in doing more of an urban ag one. But that's still in development. That's still becoming further down the line. So at a minimum, it's those two. The last thing I would say is that we are in the conversation in the city, regionally, and even I would say nationally, around cooperatives as a viable economic development and an engine for good paying jobs. And so we're learning a lot from the sector, from other partners, and we're fortunate to be in the Bay Area in which there's a lively movement that supports these kinds of initiatives. Thank you.